day that I've been able to open my windows. It's very frustrating because I just bought new windows last year and I was really excited to open them, and it just smells like chemicals. All right, so this class is all about the MarTech training, or excuse me, the MarTech tools. A few things that you should know about Howard Hanna's MarTech tools. So if you're around a Hanna, typically we call them differentiators. And it's not just MarTech tools. So again, marketing technology tools, they're marketing tools, but tech-based. Make sure, if you guys aren't speaking, will you just mute yourself? Just heads up on that if you're able to. So we call them differentiators because they set us apart in the market. Everything that I'm referring to today, you should want to bring up in your listing presentation one way or another, or with a buyer, explain to them how we have all of these features and that this is why they should work with you and work with Howard Hanna. Not only are the tools our differentiators, but our programs. So buy before you sell, money back guarantee, apartment dwellers trade-in. Everything that you learned from Gina Trump on Monday about our exclusive programs are also part of our differentiators. And there is a handout or a little assignment that I usually give if we're in person. I can share it with you all, but I don't have it for you guys to do virtually. So some of you might have gotten a Accelerate book from your manager. If you didn't, that is fine. I will show you something quickly. There is a version of it online, and I can send out the PDF. This is on actually our admin portal that the admins go to more than the agents, so you might not have access to, or you might not know how to get to this. But I want to point out, ever since we started teaching this class, agents always ask, new agents, well, what do I do first? There's all of these different tools that you're telling me, and I really don't know where to begin. The Accelerate book, if you have a hard copy, this front cover should look pretty familiar to you. This first page on the inside, let's see, go back. This goes through all the tools if you were to have a new listing. So you'll notice the first few things you can do without having a listing, and then it has, okay, now you finally got a seller, what should you start doing since you have this listing, where to start. And on the back cover is the same thing, but for buyers. So it goes through all of the different tools, what to do with each one of them, depending on if you have a buyer or a seller. All right, you will learn all of these and more actually today in this class, and you'll notice there are some big ones missing, and actually buy side is one that's not even on the next page. So if you were not in Jumpstart, that's where we learn Engage. Engage CRM, our customer management program, that is really in our Jumpstart to get you going with your sphere of influence. Open to close we'll discuss in our open house classes, Real Scout and creating value for the buyer. And then this morning you had agent websites and Hanna presentations. All of these again are already recorded hour-long classes online that I know that the feedback I usually get is you're talking too fast, or can you go back, can you do that again? You can actually watch me on these videos, stop it, record, or stop it, pause it, rewind, go back, have two different computers and kind of go through your little checklist. Okay, I'm actually going to go live. I just keep this PowerPoint so I don't forget anything. But I do want to show you our Howard Hanna Go Hanna intranet. So if you do not have access to this yet, it's most likely because you don't have your Howard Hanna email set up. You are able to have that whether you are licensed or not. You are just going as a pending sales associate. So talk with your manager about how you're able to get a Howard Hanna email prior to passing the test, so that you can become familiar with all of this stuff that I'm telling you while you're waiting to test or get listings, get sales. Hey, Natalie, I know you're on. Can you just interrupt me if there's something in that chat that I need to answer in the moment? Otherwise, I will go back and get all of those. Um, it looks like there's a lot of questions I will answer throughout.
Yep.
Okay, so popular drop-down menus that you should really become familiar with. Your agent tools, marketing, and training and education. These three are the ones that you should become the most familiar with. And as with all of my classes, I'm going to give you homework assignments. Every single time I want you to do something. Mindless work that you all need to do. You're watching TV tonight, I don't care. You know, you're just at your computer. You can do it right now for all I care. If you have a Howard Hanna email address, again, this is just for those who are licensed with their email address, you need to go through and I want you to just open BuySide, open Real Scout, open to close. These programs are from outside vendors that we have a partnership with through the brokerage. So what happens if you try to do this and you don't have a Howard Hanna email address yet, or you do it from a different browser that's not through GoHanna, it's going to give you the not full version, basically. So just a quick example of how this happens. Very common mistake. A lot of agents go to open to close and they try to log in, and then it says that it's not a correct user because they're using their Howard Hanna email, but it's not this single sign-on. So what I can show you, what you'll do when you get to open to close. So see where it says partners SSO down here? It should log me out because this is not, darn it. I'm gonna try to snag that really quick. But when it says partners SSO at the bottom, so everyone look at my screen right now, right here, partners SSO, you're gonna click that. That means single sign-on. And once you do that, you've claimed your account. You have to claim your account and then you could log on from any device you want, I don't care. You can get it on your cell phone, you can get it on your iPad, but you do wanna go through these tools through GoHanna. That's how it knows you're part of the Howard Hanna brokerage account. Okay, all of those, by the way, do need Google Chrome. So that's your first assignment, is going through and just clicking those on, making sure it has your correct information, your license number, etc. You should, right now, here's your next assignment, in your phone, if you don't like notes in your phone, somehow on a sticky thing on your computer, somewhere where you will always be able to access, you need to write down your sales associate number, that's the SAL dot number, and your NERDS number, your National Association of Realtors, the national board number. You pay dues for both of those. You would have to have gotten those numbers, or you will soon. You do want to write those down and have them available. You need your NERDS number to get into zip forms for us and realtor.com. You need your license number for basically everything else. All right. Let's see chats. Oh, Natalie, thank you. Okay, so agent tools, I've told you, these are all of our outside, listing sales tools. The marketing one, this is a lot of what Shannon had mentioned on Monday. These are all within Howard Hanna, so you have to get through. I think she had said she's on GoHanna all the time. You need to go to GoHanna to get these. It's not like you need to claim an account. That's the only place they are available. And then the next option is going to be training and education. We're going to spend some time in this little drop down here in a moment, but I want to point out how to register for classes now. So you used to use the training and education on-site class registration. And I know people probably were tired, we just ate lunch, but you need to really pay attention to this part, so wake up and listen. When you are registering for CE classes, you need to click through training and education on-site class registration. This goes through an outside site called Pathlore that keeps track of when we have to get things audited and stuff like that for the state. So that's how you register for CE classes. This Pathlore is actually down right now, so that's why we're using Zoom for everything. It's keeping track of attendance, but we also need, obviously, to keep it manually. So from here forward, you register for these classes yourself. I'm not going to send out links before every evening. You'll scroll down on GoHanna, unless you don't have GoHanna, I guess I'm gonna have to. You guys left out. But You'll scroll down on GoHanna and you'll notice on these categories, education and training for Ohio. You click that and hit go. It's just going to clean up that calendar so you only see this green that's in Ohio, Michigan. So Michigan people, you'll have to click that too. Just you'll have to go to the Ohio one. But you're going to click on these days. It's going to show you what that agenda is, and then you'll click on the Zoom link, and that's how you'll register. Again, for those of you who weren't here on Jumpstart, you need to register for every day separately for us to keep attendance. Okay, the next thing with GoHanna, let me make sure I'm doing this right. Okay, so now we're going to Hannah U. The one, I do want to show you what's on here right now, but we are actually totally revamping Hannah U. This is like I don't know if anyone's been to college or grad school lately, but everything has like the online Blackboard or Canva or Canvas, sorry, it's called Canvas. All these online Blackboard systems. So Hannah U is ours, and it's actually created by Leading RE. That's the Relo company across the entire globe that we are a part of. So I'm going to give you guys some things to do. First thing I'll recommend is under the syllabi, you're going to see new agent. All of these classes are free, and not a single class is more than 13 or 14 minutes. So these are all micro learning pieces, and you don't have to do them necessarily in that order, but this is all available to you. And when you finish things, you'll get certificates. And if you are looking to add to your listing presentation, you can take that PDF of your certificate, put it into your Hannah presentation, and now you've got pretty hefty looking presentation that makes you sound very knowledgeable. So you'll notice each one of these different weeks. It's 8 weeks, similar actually to our Accelerate book, but just gives you ideas, little classes. Here, I'll pick one, working with FSBOs. So 14 minutes, there's probably the longest one, 9, 11, 6, 10, 5 minutes. I mean, these are tiny. You know, you're bored and you need something to do, you're waiting for a phone call. Howard Hanna has paid for everyone to be able to take any of these classes. Another perk with joining Howard Hanna. Next thing that I'm gonna point out is under course catalog certifications. We always love our initials, acronyms behind our name, right? So you'll notice under certifications, you can click this and you'll have all these different options. I think the marketing specialist is the one that has the different, insights. So this one is actually my favorite that I've taken. It just kind of goes through different demographics. And if you've taken my NAR class, you'll know that that's my thing, is really target marketing. But very quick classes. And then once you finish all of these, you become a TMS. But there's all these different certifications that you can just put behind your name. Someone's gonna ask, oh, what does that mean? You can tell them, oh, I'm a marketing specialist. You know, that's why it'd be great to list your home, because I know, you know, where to go, where to market, and blah, blah, whatever. You make your little sales pitch. Okay, the one other thing I wanna show you, actually, I don't wanna go to admin. So right here, when you first log into Hannah U, I would suggest just doing this every Monday. There's your next little assignment. Try to log in every Monday. The new courses in the Institute are always market specific. So right now, the market's just crazy. You know, we don't really have a general theme. In the Midwest, we're obviously doing well, but in bigger cities, it's kind of floundering. So there's not really a theme here. But I will tell you, last year, they started to do a focus on iBuyers and those consumers with like the Compass and like Zillow buyers and listing with those online companies. So if someone, it makes you seem very knowledgeable and about the current state of the market. And if you've taken any of my classes, you know that I love video content. I think that is the best way to get people to follow you and to know who you are in real estate. Watch one of these little, or take one of these courses, and then do like a minute video on Instagram about what's going on in the market right now, or, oh, you've got questions about the iBuyers, let me tell you what I know about it, and post that. Last thing is the Howard Hanna Library. How's my pace? Are we awake? Are we too fast? Focus, we're good? I can only see like Nicholas and Drema and Jamie, and you guys seem awake, so I'm hoping everyone else looks like you guys. All right. So the next thing, let's see here. You scroll down from the homepage, you're going to see Howard Hanna Video Library. So scrolling down from the homepage, Howard Hanna Video Library. And I'm going to give you some things that I think will be really helpful for you all getting your business started. There's two sets of videos. There's 2-minute tech tips. And full disclosure, they're not 2 minutes. They're anywhere from like 3 to 6, but I like alliteration, so that's what I called it. And these are things that will just get you going with your different tools. So things where, okay, I did Real Scout, I want to get the text notification. I want to put an image in my email. I want to change my signature so it has my Facebook link. I want to know how to make different marketing pieces. How do I update my MLS profile so it has my picture in it? So things that will be really helpful for just getting you off the ground and running. And then in that same Howard Hanna Video Library, so that was 2-minute tech tips. And then if you scroll down, MarTech Tool Webinars 2018 to 2019, this is every webinar prior to 2020's COVID problem, because we have not been able to actually use this platform to upload any of our own videos. So I will talk about YouTube here in a moment. But these are all the videos that I was discussing. Someone has a question about websites, it's right here. This is an hour long. If Chris Mary went too fast, or if you wanted to try to go back and listen to something, these are actually me. So I do talk fast, but again, it's recorded. So you pause it, you stop it, you go back, take a break if you're getting sick of me. Each one of these is about an hour long, and it's all for beginners. All right. So that is Hanna U, and I'm going to now show you what ended up happening during this pandemic, or I guess current, it's still happening, I guess, is that these online portals, it was taking way too long to upload videos. So if I made a video about how to do, Facebook Live at an open house, it would be 2 weeks before that would be online. So we actually created 2 YouTube channels. All right. This is every video that I created during the pandemic. Actually, I think it's every video I've created in like 4 months. And it is everything you could think of. It's definitely a lot of social media, virtual trainings. And the link down there is at the bottom. It's just the channel name is Kate Lesueur. So some things that I would recommend, if you wanted to do Facebook business pages, there's one on here. You want to upload your contacts to Outlook so that they go to Engage because you put Jumpstart and you're interested in that. That's right here. How do you get the gifts on Instagram? All of these fun little videos. How do you put a home tour in the MLS? So that's my YouTube channel. And then the Howard Hanna Education YouTube channel is down there at the bottom. I think it's Howard Hanna Education and Training. You just search that. This will have every company-wide webinar. So you guys would be helpful to go to both mine and this. They're definitely helpful. But this is going to have all the Wednesday webinars, all of Hobie's town halls, all of the, what am I missing? Motivational Mondays, if you were here for those, that's all on this channel. Any questions about the training videos? I forgot something, didn't I? Yeah, I did. Okay. So forgot one thing with you guys here. I forgot about the documents. So you saw the help videos. You should become familiar with documents. Sometimes, depending on how wide your screen is, this is going to say more with the drop down, and this is your next assignment. I want you all to download every PNG logo of Howard Hanna on GoHanna. So let me tell you how that works. So right now I'm in the documents, and there's going to be 2 folders. Excuse me. There's going to be 2 folders that are going to be the most helpful for you all. You're going to want to go into marketing, right there. You're going to go into marketing, and you're going to go into training and education. You can go into all the others, so do whatever you want with that. But those are the 2 that I think you're going to probably utilize the most. So we're going to start with training and education because it's the easiest. All of our help documents, if maybe you're not a video person, if you want to have it printed out, Hanna Tools training materials, all of our different, even, all the new ones, all of our different tools are in here. And you're going to want to use the QRG. The QRG is called the Quick Reference Guide. And that's just things to really get you started, get you off and running. The other thing I recommend that you download, so here we click on Hannah Presentations, every page, everything you need to do in Hannah Presentations is in here. You can also use this search bar to find things. So if you just wanted something on open to close, you could search that. I suggest searching homework, and you'll see little handouts of things that you can do to really get the most out of your different apps. So if I just searched homework, under documents, there's Postcards Plus homework, there's Real Scout homework, open to close homework, engage where to start. That's going to give you some things with homework. So those are very easy one-page documents. Okay, so that's the training and education. And then under the marketing folder, you're going to see logos. You're going to see this folder here. So there's every logo that you'll need. There's different folders. And within that folder, you're going to have a PDF, a JPEG, and a PNG. A PNG is a high-res photo that you're going to want to use for any digital graphic. All right. It is a transparent background. So I'll show you something very simple here. I saw someone raise their hand. Is there a question if you want to unmute? So let's say I wanted to do, I'm just going to make this as simple as possible. So let's pretend that this was my Facebook cover photo. I want to show you the biggest difference between a JPEG and we'll do this. Here we go. Better, a nicer look. Okay, so I'm going to show you what a JPEG looks like. Everyone tends to default to JPEGs because they think, oh, JPEG, that's an image file. A JPEG is great if you are putting an image on something you're printing that's a document. So if I have a white background that says General Home Inspectors and I want to use the Howard Hanna logo, a JPEG is fine. But what happens with the JPEG is you'll notice, see how it's white behind it? I mean, it looks kind of crappy, right? That's not a good look. If I wanted this to be like a cool picture of, I don't know, whatever, Cleveland or something, it's not what I'm looking for. What you want to download, if you're doing any image, like digital printing or Facebook, Instagram, you are going to want a PNG file. Well, this is a PNG, but it's not the logo. But you'll notice that I can actually stick that, and it's not a white background where that whole square is. It's actually just the image. That's a high-res transparent photo. You want a PNG, not a JPEG. So for your assignment, please go into your logos, Howard Hanna Real Estate Services, and download this entire PNG folder. So you'll need that whenever you're doing any type of your own digital advertising. All right, so I know that probably was a lot, but we're right on schedule. The rest of the stuff is going to be things that you're going to want to do. So we are now going into e-cards. From GoHanna, it's going to be under that marketing dropdown. So Hanna eCards is associated with eContacts. I'm going to give you some ideas here on how to announce that you're a new realtor. So the eCards are always going to start with the eCards of the month. These are obviously need an email address, but here's buy side, what home valuation. So you can select this card, and it's going to pull Hanna Mail groups. So I can pick and these people are also from Engage because Engage and Hannah Mail sync. But I could pick, you know, here are my Hannah Mail contacts. I could send this to all 74 people in that group. Let's say I want to send it, I don't know, next spring. I could do that, no problem. All right, so I could schedule that for next spring. You could sit down and schedule every holiday e-card for the next year, and I'll show you where to get that information. But it's a great way to stay in touch with your sphere. If you do not have Hannah Mail contacts yet, which a lot of you might not because you're fairly new, you can just click and do 5 people at a time. So I was in selected groups. I just selected enter emails 5 or fewer. You could send that, you know, you got a small group, friends, family, that's fine. It will pull their name. So there's one other thing that you can do. You can actually send it to yourself. And you could put like, you know, dear, oh, Batman. You could say like, dear your friend, like your friends and family, and then send it to yourself and then forward it if you don't have all your contacts in e-contacts. So that's the e-cards of the month. And then it's going to go in alphabetical order based on theme. Dynamic e-cards. These are the only e-cards that are actually going to populate information from the MLS. Dynamic meaning that it's going to change depending on the data that you put in there. So you can actually do an e-card for someone else's listing if you want, and your manager will show you how to do all of this. This class is more to tell you the different options, not necessarily go through every little thing that you can do. But you can click on one of these and it's going to just ask you to pick. No. It's going to ask you to pick, you know, what branch, who's the listing agent, and you'll just go through the motions and then you could send that to anyone that you would like. Your homework assignment for this is to at least send the e-card that you're a new agent, all right? So the most common e-card theme, or I guess category, is Hannah Advantage. All right, so this is all in alphabetical order, but you'll see here, I think it's under N for new. But these are ones that are just great for farming, prospecting. Oh, here we go. Okay, so there's 2. There's I am now a Howard Hanna sales associate. I'm now a Howard Hanna sales associate. So you can click this. Oh, and fill this out, send it to whoever you want, announce that you're, you know, excited to be working with Howard Hanna. I'll give you a tip that I always say. If you are wanting to tell your sphere that you are now with Howard Hanna, or that maybe you're, you know, you just started a new career, you always want to give a reason for someone to reach out to you. You don't just want this to look like a sales pitch. And if you've ever taken a class, this is like the inbound marketing piece. And we could talk about that a whole nother time. But you want to give them something to pull them in. So what I always say, if you're going to announce that you're a new realtor or that you're with Howard Hanna, tell them that you're willing to give them a free market analysis or a free home consultation. You know, you're so excited, you want to get out there, like, you know, be able to price their home, give them some ideas if they're looking to list next spring, totally for free, no strings attached. Of course it's free. It's never, they never pay for those. But if you say, you know, reach out to me before the end of September, I'm allowing, you know, the first 25 people that respond a free home consultation, you know, interested in what your home is worth, come talk to me. You could give them the BMA from BuySide, but just kind of make it seem like you're offering something special. And I would put that here in that e-card message. So for the time being, I'll just put blah, 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 and then more blah, right? And I'm selected my friends. Oh, well, this is always fun. So it would just ask you at that point to proof it. Well, we won't try that again, but it'll just ask you to proof it. And then this screen comes up, or there'd be a screen where it's in the bottom corner. I would just say, just check that you're ready to send it, and you could say yes. For those of you that don't have the e-contacts set up yet, if you are an Apple user, you could screenshot. If you are a Microsoft user, there's something called the snipping tool. And I'm going to show you how to put this on social media. So I'm going to search snipping tool. And I just want to show you all that you could, I clicked new, the whole screen goes faded. You can actually create a JPEG, send this to yourself, put it on Instagram, put it on Facebook, somehow on social media. You could embed it in an image and actually just send this to everyone. Really excited to announce that I'm now with Howard Hanna. And I will show you a video at the end that will show you how to do all that. All right, Postcards Plus is the next thing I want to show you. Under Marketing, Hanna Postcards Plus. You should all make sure that you get your 20 or however many, I forget. You guys get a free set of business cards when you sign. So make sure if you have a headshot that you let them know you want your headshot on it, or if you don't. But you get a set free from Howard Hanna. If you do want to go back later and change that, that's under Postcards Plus as well. So we have under print services, there's products. And you'll see business cards. Every one of these different options over here has a Howard Hanna template or Howard Hanna library in here. So business cards, I'm going to click on Howard Hanna and I'll see all of these different options. There's one, obviously there's commercial, which we don't need, but there's options in here if you're part of a team, if you're a duo, how you want to make that look. All right, maybe you have the same photo, but there's a lot of different options. You can always upload your own image if you'd like, and then it will save it to the cloud. So if you've designed your own, you would just upload that. Before you do so, I believe you have to check with your manager that you're following license law. If you're nervous about logos or size or colors, you can also send it to me and I can look it over. Mail services. So the probably the more common, besides the business cards that people use here, are the Postcards Plus mail services. So this is on the video that is on Hanna U. It's also a homework assignment that I like to give. If you are bored or you need something to do one of these days, you want to make your own geographic farm in Postcards Plus. It's sad. I'm licensed, but I'm not actually taking listings. There's 2 houses listed on my street right now, and it just stinks to not see my name in front of it, right? Especially you certainly want to farm your own neighborhood. That area the best. So I would suggest that you create different, whether it's your neighborhood, where you work, around where you work, the office, maybe it's, where your spouse works, where your kid goes to school, maybe it's an area that you want to start really doing business. Under My Lists, you'll see List Management and create a geographic area. I just want to remind everyone, this is an hour-long class that I have to go through all the tools, so it is fast. Everything I'm showing you, you're not meant to be able to follow everything I'm doing in this moment. You should go to those help docs. That's why we start with that, and the videos on Hanna U. I just want to show you what is available. So under Create Geographic Area, there's map mail, there's streets, there's zip codes. Depending on how suburban or urban the area is, you'd probably want to use streets. Map mail is going to give a radius, and I live in Shaker Heights. If I did a radial search around here, I'd probably pay for a lot more houses than I would need. So I'm going to just show you streets. then you guys would do this and put my neighborhood. I think it's already in here. I'll put. Everything is by zip code. So Shakers 44122 and 44120. I would have to make 2 different farms for those zip codes because it's pulling streets from those zip codes, and I could add them after the fact. I'll show you that. So right now, this is every street that is in 44122. I live on Linfield. So I would click on L, find Linfield, hit add to Easy Farm. You have to do that per page. So I can't go to another letter and then add it. Let's say, so Lytle's over by me. Lattimore is fairly close. All right, so let's say I wanted to add all of those. So I would just keep going through. Maybe I want to add Winslow or I don't know, Trainham or Sutherland or Ronsdale, whatever, all these streets by me. But few things to know. So there's currently 2 houses listed on my street, right? I could actually delete those addresses from my, so I don't have to pay for a postcard to go there because they didn't use me as a realtor, and they probably aren't going to sell their home in the next year if they're selling it right now. So I could just find that address and put it to the, you know, on my do not mail list. So this is if you want to get rid of maybe 1 to 10 addresses. Let's say you wanted to get rid of a whole side of the street, or Scottsdale is a really, or Lomond is a really big street by me, and I only wanted to get this little chunk. You can do that on the next page. So, or I could say maybe I just really don't like that side of the street. I don't know, for whatever reason, I could just get rid of the whole odd side of the street. Maybe it's a different school district, maybe, I don't know, they're all listed with someone else, whatever it may be, I can get rid of that whole side. Or I could say I want to start at, so Linfield starts at 3434, and I don't want to do, it's not very many houses. All right, so I could get rid of a chunk of those, the odd within that section. However I want to do it, hit finish, and it would save that farm. So you can create these farms before you have a listing, before you have a sale, so that when the time comes that you do want to send a postcard, you just go in and you're able to click. I'll show you direct, like very easily. And it pulls all of these people from tax data. And if there's a new they will pull their name. If there's a new owner, they will pull that name. So it doesn't just say homeowner. So don't worry about that. It's usually a question I get. So I just want to show you. So I pick all the stuff. I have everything, looks good. My photo's not there. I'd have to add my photo. And then it's going to ask who I want to send it to. And it's fairly inexpensive for these. So my saved list, I would go under my street. What did I do? Didn't I do streets? Or did I not save it? Yeah. So it would be under there, and then I would just pull, it would say add to my list. I forgot I just deleted everyone. I'm in a different account. Apologies. Okay, so the next thing I'm gonna talk about, I'm actually not going to do it on Gohanna because it's a lot, but we have reverse prospecting tools. Reverse prospecting, you should become very familiar with that, that term, especially right now. So instead of having the listing and you're reaching out to buyers, you have the buyer looking for listing. So you're looking at potential buyers who have similar interests in other listings, and you're trying to get them to look at yours. So Market 360 is an option that's in Real Scout. You have to obviously have listings for this to be working. So, excuse me, I think I said this wrong initially. So typically, you know, we're a buyer looking for a listing. In this case, we're a listing agent looking for the buyers. So this is an example from Real Scout, and you'll see it has 27 buyers viewed this home, 1 buyer requested, 3 buyers asked about it, 2 of your own clients could be a match. So this right here on Market 360 would actually say activate report. You would click a button. It sounds very serious to say activate, but you would just click that button, and then it's going to give you a report, and it's going to show you those agents who have clients. Again, you can't know exactly who the buyer is, but you know who the agent is, and you could reach out to that. So let's say, you know, Nicholas, you're the first one on my screen. Let's say that I had a listing and it would say, you know, 0 out of 65 agents contacted. He would be one of those agents. I could reach out to Nicholas and say, hey, like, I'd love to do some business with you. Has your client seen my house on Francisco Court? This looks like a great opportunity. I think you know, let's try to make this work. So you can actually reach out to try to sell your listing more. Buy side has that same feature, and buy side is actually way more intense. So Real Scout is helpful because it's only showing the people, well, it's helpful because it's within Howard Hanna. And if you have people who are using Real Scout, which is a very popular tool, they're going to show up as one of those potential buyers if they match. Buy side is going to show Real Scout, howardhanna.com, realtor.com, open to close, did I say howardhanna.com? It's going to show 5 different sources. So right now, here's, you know, someone, let's find a good one. Carla Drive, 33 buyers that are with Howard Hanna match similar properties, or their criteria matches this property. So if I were the listing agent of Carla, I have 33 people that I could say, you should come see this property. The reason why this is so powerful for Howard Hanna is because we control the market, especially in the Midwest region. And in Ohio specifically, we're controlling the market. So you go on a listing presentation and someone says, well, why would I list with you? Or, you know, maybe I'm not ready to list because we haven't found our house yet, or I'm nervous, like it's not going to sell, or maybe they're just really scared about COVID and they don't want people walking around their house. You could say, okay, well, I have 33 buyers right now that are kind of vetted with Howard Hanna. They have, you know, pre-approval, they're working with an agent, I trust them, and they're serious buyers. I could reach out to them directly without, you know, advertising on this massive scale to come see your property. And then Hanna Match, which is the lamest of all of them right now because it's just howardhanna.com, and these two are now kind of taking over what Hanna Match did. The hot list, also something that I probably want to spend 30 seconds on. The hot list is just a way to do your exclusives or price reductions. It's just our tiered marketing system. So Howard Hanna, again, is different than a lot of brokerages, and you should have this probably in your listing presentation as well. A tiered marketing strategy brings excitement at every tier. That's what the point of a tiered marketing strategy is. So usually when we see a house that's listed from another broker, they put it on the MLS, it goes to Zillow, it goes on their website, they have an open house, they put it on social media, and they just blast it out everywhere on that first week. Well, then there's nothing for that second week. So if it dies down, if the excitement dies down after that first week, it goes stale very quick. Maybe they're not willing to do a price reduction yet. Maybe they don't want to have another open house, whatever it may be, it just kind of sits there. A tiered marketing system is going to say, okay, let me first put this the first 48 hours in Ohio. Let me just tell the agents in my network. Let me just tell Howard Hanna. All right, that's going to get some showing. Then I'm going to do an open house. Okay, then I'm going to do you know, this ad, then I'm going to put it on social media, whatever. That's a tiered structure. Our hot list is the first step of the tier. It is just to tell Howard Hanna people before something hits the MLS that it is available to Howard Hanna first. You can do this for the first 48 hours without, you wouldn't worry about breaking any rules. You also get emailed twice a day, I believe. The hot sheet is what it's called, and that just gives you any updates for properties within the 3 offices closest to you. Okay, social media options. I want to point out a few that you guys can be familiar with, and there will be more training on all of this. So please make some notes throughout this class, everything I'm going through, of stuff that you want to do or what seems really great, what's something that has really kind of made you think, yeah, I want to do that. Write that down, and you could work with your manager to make sure that you get that done, or maybe your admin can help you. But AdWorks, so this is one of our social media options. And if I scroll down, you would see, okay, everything is through. You can do something on social media, but you have a listing, or maybe you don't have a listing yet. You just want to pick a zip code to promote yourself. You click on ads by zip, and then you can choose, all this different stuff, change your tagline, whatever you want this to say, and then you pick those zip codes. And I'm not sure what they're profiting on this. I don't think very much at all. I know Moxie on theirs isn't profiting anything, but the great thing about some of these social media options is that it's already a pretty template for you. So sometimes you see someone who has okay, they used a JPEG instead of a PNG, or it's a weird shape, or maybe you can't read the text. That's not going to happen on any of the options that we're providing you. These are already meant for social media. They're the right pixels, the right size. You just get to figure out what color, what image, and tagline, and you're all set. You will need, obviously, credit card, and most of these have a special discount for Howard Hanna. Okay, the other option, I would say AdWorks before Trigger Marketing Social. I would say AdWorks is a better option than Trigger Marketing. Trigger Marketing is in Postcards Plus. It's a little pricier, and I don't think the ads is pretty. So I just want to show you that that is an option. When we were in Postcards Plus, instead of clicking on the automated, snail mail option, you would do Trigger Marketing. The one thing you should know about Postcards Plus and Trigger Marketing is that you can actually do a QR code on your postcard to try to get leads on your properties, and that would be on your Trigger Marketing dashboard. Okay, the easiest option for social media, well, I would say probably there's one of two. It's going to be Moxie Promote, and you guys are actually going to learn about this before a lot of other people. So when you go to GoHanna, the top corner here, you're going to see under my little face, my account. This social media option is the best for those of you who don't like social media, who don't understand it, who don't ever want to use it. This is a plug and post type of option. So under agent tools, you're going to see promote. And this one you can actually do before having any listings. So I clicked on promote, and then you're going to click on new ad. And we just want to promote a service. I don't have any listings, but I want people to know it's a great way for you to announce you're a new agent with Howard Hanna. I click next. And it will actually update in real time here. So, I can put whatever I want here. The only thing you can't change are these different headlines, but there's different, I don't think you can. Oh, you can. Not know that. There you go, keep calm, I'm a realtor. And then, blah, 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 more things, whatever I wanted to say. And this is where you can, two things. You do need to have a business page. I'm fairly certain it needs to be a Facebook business page. So when I do that, I tend to just go to the actual page and copy the entire HTTPS so that it's saved. I don't like how they changed all these things. So I tend to take this whole thing, I copy that, and then I would paste it. This image, you can make an image publisher, Canva. I'll tell you a video to do some marketing materials, but put whatever picture you want in there, hit next, and then it's going to ask you what zip codes you want to post it to. Agent Media Marketplace. So the other thing about this class, I have to tell you guys, is we've just added two tools to it. So it does seem like it's going by very fast. Agent Media Marketplace is another very simple one. This is Instagram, Facebook, Spotify, and billboards. I don't know if you guys have seen any billboards in your area, Howard Hanna billboards, but very simple. It's actually, I don't think it's up here anymore. I think this is buy side now, but under marketing, Agent Media Marketplace, you just fill out information and there's already created templates. So another really easy one for you, you don't even have to think about it. You're like, okay, I know I have a Facebook business page. I want to post an ad for people to call me, but I don't want it to look bad and I don't know how to do it. You could do it through here. This is Howard Hanna's way to do that for you. They do not profit on it and they will give you the insights after. So you'll know how many people clicked on it and you know, what time and who and all that good stuff. Okay, the last thing, testimonial tree and Hanna reviews. So all of you should just start requesting Hanna reviews. This is your last homework assignment if you're not sick of me already. You should just ask people to put a review on your website, friends, family, whoever. So you want to, when you log in, you're going to see this little reviews button. You're going to click down and then hit on collect. There's lots of ways to do that. You could just send them the URL, or you can embed it. You can post it in your email signature. I can show you all how to do that. Maybe first thing tomorrow or Monday when we're taking attendance, if you'd like. But lots of ways to collect them. So make sure that you do that. And then the only other thing, managing reviews. Let me go back. So under that same reviews option, you see this manage reviews here. So that would be where I would click to get to this screen. All right, I click on that and you're gonna see under this actions button, you're gonna see share review or review marketing. Share review is gonna make it a pretty little image, or you can just post it on your Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. But not that anyone on this call will ever get a bad review from anyone. Let's say that for some reason someone wrote something not nice and we want to hide it. You would click review marketing. And so where that little thing is highlighted, review marketing. And then there's actually 3 boxes where this is synced, or three sites where your reviews are going to go to: realtor.com and open to close, Spacio, Spacio's open to close. And then the last one is your agent website. You need to unclick all 3 of those. Question I typically get, okay, well, I unclicked them all, but I'm still seeing it in my dashboard. You will always see it. No one else will see it. It will still show up in your reviews. You will always have to be reminded of that lovely review, but you can still hide it from public sites. So there is a lovely handout or assignment, I guess, that I like to give to everyone after they took the class with Gina on all the exclusive programs and my class on the tech differentiators. And it just goes through and says, you know, what is what. It's kind of a matching. Those are all the answers. But I will send this to you all. It is a really great way to learn all of the different tools, and kind of becomes like a cheat sheet for you. Like, okay, where was the one that let me do this, this, and that? And then you could just find, you know, your options. So I can send this out to everyone if you want to try to fill it out and then give the answers later. But that is, look at that, even 4 minutes to go. Do you guys want to know how to embed a link in your signature? I'm saying that like someone's going to respond to me. But. Okay, so I'm going to show you 2 ways. First thing you want to do is get Outlook. Microsoft Outlook is the best way to do anything with Hannah Mail. When you do mail.howardhanna.com, you're on the cloud version of your mail, and it does not offer all of the, not only protection with, I mean, you're on the cloud. It's a not nearly as safe. It does not have all the different options with embedding, with your signature, things like that. So I'm going to show you how to do it first on Outlook. If you've bought Microsoft Office, it is just another one of these Microsoft Office options. All right, so under, if everyone saw, I just went to File and then Options. All right, and then you're going to see under Mail, Signatures. And I'm just going to create a new one. And you should just become familiar with these images that or these icons that I'm going to show you. So this one right here is to embed a link. All right, it's the little chain link with the earth. Better get a link, huh? So I go to my quality service. I'm going to show you step by step exactly what you need to do. I go to my reviews. I go to collect. And I'm just going to actually copy this link. I don't want to do their little click here to submit. I'm just going to copy it and say, leave me a review. So I've copied what I needed to. I copied the URL, and then I'm going to click on my chain link or whatever this is, and I'm going to put in the address, my link, and my text is going to say, it's going to be English. Click here to leave me. Wow. And then I hit OK, and voila, it's not an ugly looking URL. All right, you want to get really fancy with it. This is to embed an image. So let's say that I wanted to, and I think Janet's just joined us, so I'm almost done. All right, so let's say here's my Facebook. So I've put my little Facebook in there, and then I want to get my Facebook URL. So just copy that. Everyone knows I just right click and copy. And if I highlight this little Facebook F and then click on the link, it has what's selected. I put that address in, and now that is a link. You can click on that in my email signature, and you would see my Facebook page. For those of you that do webmail, you should not, but if you do, it actually limits the amount of characters that you're able to have in your signature. So again, I would recommend not necessarily using it. But I'm going to go, I'm going to click on my settings. Actually, I'm just going to search. So this is what I like to do. I just like to search email signature. It makes life a little bit easier. And then again, you should recognize, so this is the link, insert a link here. So I would just type like, here is my link. And then I highlight that. So that would be something like, click here to leave me a review. And then I'd insert the link, and I could, put in whatever that link would be. And now that is a link. And that's how you can do it on your webmail. All of that is, that would be like a 2-minute tech tip. So what I just showed you. The 2-minute tech tip, just go through some of those topics. It's a great way to just get things going. Okay, you want to make a marketing piece, you want to add something to your email signature. It's just very quick little tips. I know that was a lot. Again, it is see a question here. Okay, so the webmail and Outlook. Webmail is available everywhere. It has nothing to do with being, or Outlook doesn't have to do with being in the office. The difference between webmail and Outlook is the actual application of Outlook. So you actually have to purchase Microsoft Office to get Outlook. When I check my mail, I never use a web browser. I am always using Outlook, the application. That is the full version of Outlook. Webmail is created so that you're able to be in Amsterdam, in Timbuktu, across the world, wherever, and get online and check your mail on a computer that does not have Outlook. You do have to pay for Outlook to get the full version. So just know that. The other thing, and then Janice, I'm definitely done. Tina, I get this question all the time. How do you get Outlook for a Mac? You have to pay for it. And I'm not sure how it works. You just have to pay for it. The other major question I get is, okay, well, I bought a Microsoft Office computer and I have Microsoft Office on my computer. It came with it. I guarantee it, you probably only have the free version that lasts for 6 months, and then you're gonna have to start paying a monthly fee. They do give it to you for free, but if you have it on your computer and you've never paid, you actually don't have the full version. I have to stop. Yes, Jesse. So it's probably not the full version. So everyone, you can download, okay. So this, we'll probably have to discuss this later because I do want Janice to go get going here, but you can download Outlook for free, but it is going to be the app version. If you want to do everything that I am showing you, that is the paid version. Everyone has access to the paid version on an Office computer. Does that help? I hope. It is available for free, but you won't be able to do everything that I'm doing. You would just have it on your computer the same way that like you could get to webmail. Janice McCormick is with us.